We're going on a 6-day, well, really 5-day, 4 full days and 2 half days canoe trip on the Magnetowan River, the South Magnetowan. There's going to be a group of 10 of us going. In my food group, there's 4 people, so what I'm going to show you now is what we're bringing for 4 people for meals and snacks and pretty much everything we're going to eat, just to give you some ideas of what you may want to pack for a extended trip and for a slightly larger group. We'll see what works and what doesn't, and if anything really doesn't work, I'll update the description of this video afterwards to reflect that. So to start with, we're putting in the afternoon, so we'll have already had breakfast on the first day and lunch. And for dinner, when we get to our campsite, we're going to have fajitas. The only thing I don't have here is the chicken, but other than that, we're having fajitas, lots of fresh veggies with them, and brownies for dessert. Next morning, we're having bacon and eggs. There is no portaging to get to this first campsite, so we can easily transport these eggs, and they should be fine. There will also be bannock. I just forgot to make up the batch for that morning, so I just have one more batch to make up, and then it'll be good to go. For lunch, we're going to have sandwiches on those little flat hamburger bun things there with ham and leftover cheese and mustard for lunch. Everyone's going to have their own trail mix that we're having. Everyone's making their own, so it'll supplement any hungers they have between meals. And also what we're planning on bringing is 2 granola bars and 2 fruit leathers per person per day. Only one on each half day to also help with the snacking between meals. For dinner, when we get to our campsite, we are going to be having kebabs, garlic bannock, it's just regular bannock with garlic butter on it, baked potatoes with butter and bacon bits. The next day we're having a layover day on Trout Lake, so we're going to have pancakes and bacon for breakfast. For lunch, we're going to have smoked sausages, which will be pretty much the end of our fresh meats. And we'll have mustard with that, and craft dinner for lunch. For dinner, we're having spaghetti with, I've got dehydrated pasta sauce, spaghetti sauce, and dehydrated beef. We'll mix that in together. And for dinner, never made it before, but we'll see how it works. These are no-bake drop cookies, so we'll see how well that works. I got it out of a book, canoe tripping menu type book. For breakfast the next day, we're paddling again. We're going to have bannock and that pre-cooked bacon that you can get. For lunch, pita bites, cheese, beef jerky, and apples. I just figured that pita bites will be a lot easier to transport than crackers. For dinner, burritos. We've got some dehydrated beef there, refried beans. There's hardly any portaging until the very, very last day, so that's why I'm bringing canned stuff. Normally I wouldn't, but we don't have to carry it, so it's not a big deal. And with those refried beans, we also got some taco sauce and any leftover cheese from the 2 other meals of cheese can also go in there. And for dessert, some applesauce that's been dehydrated and rehydrates quite nicely. The next day is also a layover day. So basically we're having 2 layover days out of our 4 full days. Bannock for breakfast with the bacon. Lunch is going to be pizza. It's on a naan. It's a garlic naan. Nice flatbread. We've got the pizza sauce, pepperoni, cheese, and I suppose if we had any leftover beef from the burritos the night before, that could also get sprinkled on there. For dinner, shepherd's pie. That should go over nicely. And for dessert that night, I'm going to try baking a pie. I've done a small one in my kitchen with my cook set. I've never done one for this large of a group, so we'll see how well that goes. And the next morning, the last day, our paddle out will be out by noon. Oatmeal and bacon. We may end up swapping some of these breakfasts around so we won't have bannock 2 days in a row or something like that. Other stuff, snacks-wise, there's all of our granola bars. Like I said, 2 per person per day, plus 2 fruit leathers per person per day. Syrup and oil in the 2 little containers there. Butter, garlic butter. Whole whack of Crystal Light. We're providing the Crystal Light for everyone in my food group. Coffee, tea, sugar, that kind of thing. And a whole bunch of nicely dehydrated fruit. There's a few other goodies we're going to be bringing, but other than that, that's pretty much our full food for the whole time. Like I said, everyone has their own trail mix to supplement their hunger between meals. We'll see how this goes. I've never really planned a menu for a group this large before, but we'll see how it goes.